Greetings, gentle viewers. There's a lot of mysteries we need to get to the bottom of, but the most important one is where did the water come from?
Someone pressed something into my hands. It was a bucket of water.
Come on, dump the water on it.
Okay. The upper half of the body was on fire. I took aim and I tossed the water as hard as I could. Now that we've got that taken care of, we can move on. We're the Bittersweet Gamers.
I'm We Square.
And I'm the Opinionator.
And we pay attention to things.
In all seriousness, obviously this is what happens when you record on a weekly basis.
And if you would like that to change, remember, we still need to eat.
Ad revenue don't pay the bills. All right, Knife, can we look at you yet?
No, I'm too shy.
There's a knife laying on the ground. Is this possibly the knife that was stuck in the body before it exploded? The body, not the knife.
Well, you know, that knife managed to get out pretty unscathed from the bomb.
That's a really good point.
And it only went like, what, 3 feet?
The force of the explosion must have thrown it very shortly over here. Or it could have been like this really high thing where the knife is like,
okay, I can believe that.
Straight up, and then it's like, I
can believe that.
Drops.
I mean, because Toko went skyrocketing.
Weird. I'm kind of curious. Oh, well. In any case, the Monokuma file said the knife went all the way through the body from front to back, which is pretty funny because it wasn't stuck like that, and doesn't appear long enough to do so.
Well, hold on. Yeah, phrasing it like that would mean that it was... I thought they just meant the knife was stuck all the way in, not all the way through the body.
Yeah. Well, this is what I thought, that they said through the body, and we were both like, what? How is that possible? I know we've had some problems like getting sizes correct. There was this one bottle we thought was big that turned out to be small.
Yeah.
And then we thought that Monokuma was first big, like person size, then tiny.
Yeah.
And then it turns out Monokuma is like slightly bigger than Makoto.
Yeah.
I'm like, which one is it? We can't tell. So for all we know, this is a 5-foot-long sword.
Well, looking at it in comparison directly to the body, I could believe that.
That it's a 5-foot-long sword?
No, that it's big enough to stab all the way through.
I still don't. Anyway, does that mean this knife is what caused the fatal injury? Why isn't there any blood on it? And do bomb explosions or any other explosion wipe off blood? Alternately, there's smudges on it, and it could have
that's true.
atomized or incinerated whatever was there.
That's true.
Anyway, this knife looks really familiar. I mean, yes, of course, it's the knife that Toko found earlier.
That he had in his... that was taken, yeah.
That's it. It's the knife that person was holding. In the memory here, we don't see the nails.
That's true. But then again, Makoto's also really sick right now.
Right.
And it could just be using this could be like a golem type thing.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is the body is clearly Junko's body.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that this is Junko.
Right.
This could be Mukuro Ikusaba, but both of those, of course, raise, like, ridiculous questions. This could be somebody else. There could be, after all, like, 36 people here.
I mean, he might not even be a student.
Right. Might be the
headmaster. I don't know.
I doubt that, but I don't know.
Well, one thing we can say is that they're a member of the Hope's Peak Lucha Libre Club.
You're probably right. You were probably right about that.
The ultimate luchador.
Yeah, that's getting really weird. We're going to stop talking about it. There's just too many strange coincidences. Why did it switch over back to the regular screen and then right back here?
I don't know.
Whoever the person in the mask was that attacked me last night, they were holding that knife.
Were they attacking him? Because it seems like if they were, they'd have pretty easily killed him.
Well, we've already established that we have no idea why the person who keeps attacking Makoto does not kill him.
Yeah.
That's happened twice. They easily could have, but chose not to. But then why did they attack in the first place? What reason did they have? What gain did they get from doing it? And what did they prevent him from doing by doing it?
Well, the first time when they knocked him out was to take all the paperwork, obviously.
Right. But what about the second time?
Well, it made it seem like he was just grabbing and shaking him, not really trying to hurt him based on what Makoto said. That's the impression I got.
Well, no, we don't really know what happened. It was like a haze. And it looked like Makoto was in bed about to be stabbed. and then his eyes closed, and there was like rustle, 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 and then his eyes opened,
And Kyoko was there.
there. I don't think the person was holding the knife and then just like grabbed him and shook him.
Yeah, I mean, you just don't have enough information.
So maybe this masked person got stabbed because... Right, like we talked about. When they attacked, I was in a kind of trance. Maybe I reacted by grabbing the knife, and maybe then I...
That's feasible?
And if this really is Kyoko, it would mean that Kyoko is the one that attacked me. But why the mask?
And also, why, when you reopened your eyes, was Kyoko standing there perfectly fine?
And perfectly normal.
And like in her normal clothing.
Not only that, but there's no way that Makoto could have gotten up and stabbed whoever it was.
Yeah, not as sick as he was.
He was so freaking sick.
And he's so tiny.
I just don't know. I don't remember anything clearly from last night. No, it can't be. There's no way. I think we've gotten everything else, so... These look like fragments of something. They're all burnt, so I can't really be sure, but...
Looks like a grate or something.
Like a grate?
Like part of a grate.
Oh, okay. That was just me mishearing you.
Like the corner of a grate that's been tacked onto something. Maybe a drain of some description?
Okay. I feel like I've seen something like it before, but where? Wait, was it there? I'll have to double check that later.
Oh man, don't leave us in the dark.
Wow, we missed one. Okay, so we'll be able to find it pretty fast though.
Yeah. I mean, we haven't checked the body or like the shed, or we must count the chickens. Are there still 5 chickens?
There's still gonna be 5 chickens. Now, what about the body?
Oh, you just weren't clicking on the right thing.
Forget that. Let's look at the chickens. There were chickens.
Aha! There are 4 chickens now!
Huh, why are there 4 chickens? Oh well.
What's going on, Makoto?
Yasuhiro.
Yeah?
When you made that joke about eating the chicken before, you were making a joke, weren't you?
Yes.
Oh. Okay. I'm glad you're here.
Where else would I be?
Well, you have been obsessively counting the chickens. Listen, do you remember how many chickens there were in there?
Of course! There were precisely 5!
Uh-huh.
What's wrong?
Can you go count the chickens? Before they're hatched? Well, they're already hatched. There's only 4 chickens here now. We are 1 short, Yasuhiro.
You're a short one.
Why do you do this to me?
Huh? Oh my god, we're being cursed!
That's weird. I wonder why there's only 4 chickens.
I was just down here before nighttime last night, and there were definitely 5 chickens then. I like counting chickens. They help me sleep. What are we gonna do? Going from 5 to 4 is gonna have an impact on the structure of the world!
But isn't 4 a more perfect number?
Are you kidding? In Japanese, 4 means she, which is also death. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. If even a single piece disappears, the entire world will remain unfinished.
Isn't that something of an argument for mass and permanent stagnation? Anyway, I did my best to ignore that moron and focus on the problem at hand. In all seriousness, why did one of the chickens disappear? It's going to be related to the case. Is it that somebody has been eating them to stay alive?
Maybe there were like 10 chickens before.
So, let's take a look at the tool shed, because that seems really important. Right? Stereotypical. Hey, this is It's a tarp! Wait, was there a tarp in here before? I should probably look into that.
You think?
What about Crazy Diamond? I said, what about Crazy Diamond?
That is not what we were clicking on, you stupid game.
There's something carved into the handle of the pickaxe. And the pickaxe is connected to Mondo. This is intriguing, but now is not the time to worry about it, which I suppose is true.
Except until later.
Okay. The top is wet and covered with mud and grime, but the underside, it's totally clean and completely dry. I mean, perhaps it was used to transport.
Seems like maybe it was used to throw down and walk on top of it so one does not leave footprints, maybe?
It's wet and covered with mud and grime because of the sprinklers, right?
Yeah.
So it was either used to walk on or to put over the body or under the body to carry it, something like that.
Okay, yeah, something like that.
And whoever left it folded it up neatly afterwards, or neatly enough. One side of that tarp is wet and dirty. Something about that bothers me.
But my brain won't kick in until the trial starts, so...
Now that's the one thing in here that concerns me, so I don't need to worry about anything else. Oh, we actually hit it this time! I'm kind of surprised. Okay, time to check the body more thoroughly. Then maybe I can find out for sure if it's Kyoko or not.
Hint, hint, check the hands.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
But is it crazy diamond?
Okay, we can't really look at the feet.
Well, kind of. We can look at the legs.
The lower half of the body didn't get wet at all.
Because only the upper half was,
After the body blew up, the top half got set on fire, so I dumped a bucket of water on it.
Which we, of course, knew.
Remember, guys?
When Makoto's riffing on us, that's pretty bad.
It's like we remember all the really crazy details, but it's like the simple, obvious stuff. Anyway, that explains why the bottom half isn't wet, which no, don't argue with that. There's nothing strange about that, right?
I mean, there isn't. That bucket can only hold so much frickin' water.
Well, I mean, maybe... Isn't the game just inviting us to argue about that? Very well. Challenge accepted. So, about those lockers, I mean, about the water under the body.
Uh-huh.
If you were to lay down on the ground and I were to throw a bucket of water all over you, wouldn't, like on a surface like this, would the water not spread out?
Well, the water would flow around you, the path of least resistance. A lot of the water would splash off of you, but some of it would drip down around your hands. Or are you talking about why they're not on the legs? Because that just depends on if you pour the water over the body or if you just throw it at a certain part of the body.
Well, yeah, I'm saying he threw the bucket, right? Wouldn't the water spread out on the ground? Wouldn't it,
Depends on the direction of, the kinetic momentum of the water, depending on how he threw it.
This is fruitless, but I'm going to keep that in mind.
Like, if he was standing...
No, that's enough, that's enough. We'll wait till we're prompted some more on this one.
All right.
But I do still find that suspicious. But, I mean, I find everything suspicious.
Right?
The upper half of the body got set on fire in the explosion, so it's totally blackened.
Okay.
Also, the top half of the body is wet. Right. So when you look at the angle here, doesn't it seem as though some of the water should have gone down to the lower torso?
Yeah. I mean, you always want to aim for the base of a fire when putting it out. But yeah, that makes perfect sense. As I was saying, the kinetic momentum of the water.
And it's sort of interesting that it was caught on fire in the first place and that a bucket of water put it out.
Well, that all depends on the type of fire it was. If it was a chemical fire, an electrical fire, I mean, yeah.
Well, it probably wasn't an electrical fire.
Probably not.
I mean, it was the tarp that was burning, and anyway, that's because it got set on fire, and I threw water on it.
Yeah.
Since I only threw water on the part that was fire, the top half, the bottom half is still dry.
I mean, yeah.
Doesn't this seem like the most... We were prepared to just be like, okay, whatever, and just move on. But the game, like Makoto himself, is like, I notice that that 1 plus 2 equals 3. Now 1 is 1, and 2 is 1 times 2, and so when you add them together, thus lining them in a row, it becomes 1, 2, 3. So 1 plus 2 is 3. Isn't that right? I think this is how these things work, but I wonder, doesn't that
Your gestures really sell that. Too bad they can't see it.
Yeah, sorry. I guess, yeah, it was like this sort of robotic moving the whole body around thing. I guess the only reason that we're so suspicious is that Makoto is going through this incredibly simple, basic thing and treating it so seriously, which is our MO.
Yeah, uh-huh.
So we're responding to it.
Yeah, of course.
What do you want from us? In other words, There's nothing strange about the top half being wet. There isn't. Right?
He's going to second guess himself.
We can't judge anybody for second guessing themselves. You know we're going to spend like half an hour later discussing why the bottom half isn't wet.
I know.
Anyway, why can't you just look at the dang shoes? The white jacket the victim was wearing got totally burnt up. It could be the jacket. But in any case, the jacket was laid over. Mm-hmm. It very well could be a tarp.
It looked like a jacket. It had sleeves.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you're right.
Sleeves.
But it was still laid on top.
Yeah.
It wasn't, the body was not wearing the jacket.
Correct.
Which wasn't even in question.
Right.
You want to argue some more about that?
Sure.
No! There's only one little piece left.
The hand. We have to look at the hand.
I'm saving it till the end.
But that's the only thing left to look at.
There's something weird about the body's fingernails.
Oh,
these are fake nails. They're really long, too. They seem like they'd get in the way of normal activity. Huh. Wonder what this is about. Oh, well.
There's also... Is she a member of Foxhound or something?
Yeah, definitely. Hold on. Maybe I can find an analog here in the presence. I'm sorry, I'll stop.
And you accuse me of reaching.
There's also something on the back of her right hand. Is this a tattoo? It can't be a tattoo.
Yeah.
It got burned, so I can't make out the whole thing, but it looks like it's a picture of a dog or something? Huh. I've never seen anything like it before. Picture of a dog?
Well, kind of a wolf, rather. How many dogs you seen, Makoto, with the pointy ears? Anyway, I guess it depends on the breed, really.
No, I was looking at it. This was like...
Because it's upside down, yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at it upside down, where it actually looks kind of like two people standing next to each other in a pose.
Kind of does.
So it's like I had perspective Rorschached it into never even looking at the dog. So...
Well, that's why I said Foxhound, because I...
Yeah, but I still didn't make the connection. See, that's why there's two of us.
Exactly! See, there's something written on the bottom, too. Or top, depending on how you want to perspective that.
Bottom, it'd be bottom.
Yeah.
So, what that means is that she was a member of either some top secret mercenary or top secret undercover law enforcement, right? No.
I can kind of see that. I mean, she could easily cover that up with makeup.
There's no way that she had a tattoo on her hand unless she did cover it up with makeup. I guess, but why would she have a tattoo on her hand? Well, look at the business she was in.
Well, maybe that was just a cover or something.
Well, she did say lots of stuff gets airbrushed around.
Yeah.
But if you're undercover, you don't tattoo what you're undercover with on your hand. You don't do it.
Look, I'm just saying.
Don't just say anymore.
It's within her skill set.
What about the camera? I mean, can we do something with this in the data center?
I don't think any of us has the technical know-how.
Yasuhiro can take apart a robot. Byakuya is smart.
Okay, maybe so.
The Monokuma flower, huh? Does this really eat paper, plastic, and people? If so, that could be a useful clue. I sure hope this isn't where the bodies have gone.
Yeah.
Anyway, although there's a body right here in the room with this, and the body was not in good shape, is that because it was bombed, or is that because it was still being digested?
But it was the first body.
How long, which would mean it would be at the bottom, say, how long does it take for these plants, like animal-eating plants, to digest their prey? A long time, right? Like a long time?
A lot of it depends on what they prey on. Like a Venus flytrap actually doesn't take too long because it's just a fly it has to digest.
Yeah, but if a Venus flytrap were to eat a human, how long?
It would take quite some time.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. So maybe that it could have happened like that. Anyway, probably not though, so forget it.
Excuse me, Aoi?
Okay, this is the panel that controls the sprinklers. They're set to turn on at 7:30 every morning, and Monokuma said the time positively could not be changed. Hold on, so the sprinklers turn on at 7:30 each morning, right? There's some connection here that I haven't made yet, right? So if the body was here before then, the sprinklers should have gotten it wet.
Correct.
But there was a tarp, which would mean the murder must have taken place. It could have taken place earlier than that because there's the tarp.
Yeah.
It could have, but that's not positive.
Right?
But that's still a possibility. Okay, that's that. Now it's time to go look everywhere else, specifically that fragment we found before. There's somewhere I need to go in order to confirm my suspicions, and I feel really bad about our recording schedule because we clearly have had a problem since we don't recognize that and we forgot about the bucket of water.
That's true.
I mean, doesn't that mean we have even less credibility than normal?
Maybe, but I'm not willing to admit that.
Is that corpse really Kyoko? If that's true, was that also Kyoko who attacked me last night? Oh yeah, something we hadn't thought about. The nails are fake,
That's true.
so take them on and off.
Oh, that's a good point. That's also,
impaired daily activity, as in holding knife, trying to stab somebody.
Yeah.
So, could be that.
Well, I also think it's Junko because it's signs of other injuries on the body.
Yeah, no, you don't have to. The body is Junko. This is not under doubt.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
Okay, I'm talking about Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th
yes.
The person with the knife standing there could still have been Junko. Yeah, but I had been saying repeatedly, there's no nails, but they're fake nails.
That's true.
So that could still be Junko.
All right.
That's all
I see what you're saying.
You understand?
I understand.
You want to fight about it?
Maybe.
Okay, let's go. Anyway, if I can find out more about her, Kyoko, maybe I can answer this question. Kyoko was never the kind of person to talk about herself all that much.
Yeah, so we'll get the key from Byakuya and search her room.
Maybe if I can get into her room, I'll be able to find out more. But the key to her room...
I will simply limit your options. I can't allow you to engage in any further suspicious activity. Limit my options?
Just give up.
Give me the key to your room. I promise not to go through your unmentionables.
Oi! I don't have a choice. I have to see if he'll let me borrow a room key, and I don't see why he wouldn't, other than the fact that
He's a jerk.
I'm the prime suspect.
Oh, that's another good. That's a better reason. I mean, he is a jerk. Let us not forget that.
Somebody could go with Makoto.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That should take care of it,
He could
right?
go with her.
Yeah.
Him. He could go with him.
Hey,
Him.
Byakuya.
If you do come up with an alibi, I'll be happy to hear it later at the class trial.
No, it's not about that. That'll come up at the trial, like you say. You have the key to Kyoko's room, right? I was hoping I could borrow it. You can come with me or send somebody else with me to make sure I don't do anything?
I'll send Toko. I'm afraid I can't take that risk. You're the prime suspect after all. Of course, if I were to go with you, that would be a different story.
This is so circular! So you will go with me.
Sorry, I have my own agenda to take care of. Find me again later and we'll see.
So what you're saying is what we're going to find in Toko's room... Kyoko's room...
We don't want to find anything in Toko's room, Damon.
In Sakura's room... In Junko's room... In Sayaka's room... See what I did there?
Yeah, well done. Do you want a cookie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, what we're going to find there is going to be rather relevant to the progression of the game's plot. So we have to find the less important things, less shocking things first.
Yes.
Then get the trial announcement in the room before we have a chance to reveal it to everybody. So
exactly.
only Byakuya and Makoto know.
Depending on my mood, I may go with you, or I may not.
Come back later, huh? Nope.
I like how he assumes we're going to have enough time for later. I know, we've always had enough time to get it done.
I suspect that as long as people are actually trying, that Monokuma gives us the amount of time he gives us on purpose.
Right.
And by it being completely arbitrary, that means he can make sure he gets the outcome he wants.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's go. Look around someplace else, like that one area.
Okay, so it does look like it's part of the same, brick tile as the floor we're standing on, so we need to find an area that has bricks. I don't know why I said brick tile. That's like a combination of, door entry or something.
We managed to drag out how much time examining 5 items? All part of our secret plan to control the amount of time this takes to control when the trial comes out because of real life commitments. Meta, the episode!
Luckily, we have a map that tells us where the objective markers are.
Kind of cheating, but what did we say? Meta, the episode?
That's true. Oh, Monokuma. I mean, he's the only thing here.
We never did get a look at him. Huh. I figured this wouldn't be here, you know?
Right?
You know?
I just found something. Oh, it's the bomb panel. That's part of the bomb.
There we go. So it was the bomb.
What is it?
Kyoko wasn't here for this, right?
Correct. Kyoko's been MIA since last night.
If no one took the bomb, which we really have no reason to assume somebody did, we were just joking about it at the time, then the bomb still would have been here since the Monokuma body is still here.
That's
so the
true.
bomb could have been here and someone could have come and gotten it.
Correct. Yeah, we had no reason to carry it around.
Yeah. Which appears to be the case because that's the bomb that... I mean, you know, we find a bomb and then there's an explosion later.
Right.
But just like mechanically, this seems to make sense. So it kind of could have been... Wait, no, everybody was there overnight and somebody was in this room the whole time.
Then that means the bomb must have been planted while we all ran up to the top floor to get in the try and get in Monokuma's office.
Then there was some time.
And that means that Kyoko is the only one that we're aware of, and Mukuro Ikusaba, I keep getting her name wrong, who could have done it in that time.
Toko technically...
It's possible.
I doubt it, but I'm just trying to run through everything. I mean, Toko was right by the body, and Toko had a few minutes to go out, and then returned at a much later time, and
That's
Toko
true.
was the one who discovered the body. I'm not saying that is the case, but it could have... Or not Toko, but rather...
Genocide Jill, right, because Toko would have fainted upon seeing the body, then Jill would have taken over.
I don't believe that's the case.
Yeah, that she doesn't seem like the type of person that would just F with us like this.
Aoi could not have done it, and Makoto could not have done it. So
Right.
it only could have been Kyoko, Mukuro Ikusaba, I guess, or...
Toko. Or Genocide Jill.
Yeah, or Genocide Jill.
Yeah.
That's...
It's what? A bomb. There's one installed in every Monokuma robot, I'm sure. A bomb?
Someone set Toko up the bomb.
What you say?
That bomb went missing.
Cats is bullcrap.
There's no doubt about that. The fragments I found in the garden... Okay. I've checked everything else I can think of, and I don't feel as bad for not noticing the bomb panel.
Yeah.
All that's left now is Kyoko's room. Since it's been 5 minutes, let's see if Byakuya is done with his agenda. Why did I leave? I could have just fast traveled. That's not what I looked at! Maybe it's just a Steam release.
Maybe.
You done yet? Yeah, are you done with your agenda? You've been here the whole time, right?
You wanted to check out Kyoko's room, right? Very well. Let's go.
Hey, wait for me! It was my idea in the first place, so it's not like you wouldn't have looked.
I can't help that 71% of my body is leg.
But that doesn't have anything to do with what I said!
It means he takes longer strides.
Byakuya walked off without a second glance, and I hurried after him on our way to the dorms. I wonder if he was actually waiting for me.
Yeah.
Prime suspect or not.
Right? Now you're taking a look at it.
60% at best, thanks!
Well then, here we go.
Byakuya took out the key and slid it into the keyhole. And then...
And it's open.
Looks like it. Okay, see you
This
later.
entire exchange was worthless.
Yeah, sure was. It probably would have happened if you just would have investigated the door. I doubt it would have been the, it's locked, I should ask Byakuya about it. So, this is Kyoko's room.
And that is a wooden panel with a 6 on it. Or maybe a 9. As in locker number 6. It's pretty sparse compared to everyone else's.
You mean sparse?
Sparse.
You mean
Sparse, spruce, whatever.
Yeah, no decorations at all. That means she didn't have any possessions that she brought here.
Yeah.
Here's her bed. I don't see anything interesting here. At least, not as far as the case is concerned.
Makoto, why are you sniffing her pillow?
Oh God, you're here! I wonder if there's a trophy for investigating every one of the cameras.
Well, we'll certainly get it, won't we?
What?
You wanted to come here, right? So what is it you're looking for?
You're just trolling me. You see that thing over there? You're waiting for me to go look at it.
No, I'm looking dismissively this way.
You want to go in the bathroom? Do you want me to leave so you can sniff the bed?
I can smell it fine from here.
Anyway, we're looking for a clue. Just some clue. We thought there might be something here.
I've been hanging around Toko too much.
I'm so sorry. A clue that might help us understand Kyoko, because goodness knows we don't.
Come on.
You can't be serious. That's why you made me take time out of my search? I.e. standing around and looking imperiously at everything to come here?
You already got schooled by Kyoko before for your short-sightedness. Of course you would want to come and take a look here. Why would you not? I mean, sorry!
Regardless, if you plan on poking around at random, you're doomed no matter how much time you take.
Experience told you that, right? The fact that all the places I've poked around have led me to solve all the trials?
Yeah. Surely you have something more concrete, something to give us some sort of direction here, please.
More concrete.
Nah, it's more wooden!
Oh, I know. Earlier, Kyoko gave me something. Oh, yeah. We were kind of waiting until Kyoko's death to look at this. That's what she said,
That's
right?
true.
What's this?
It's true.
Consider it a symbol of my determination. Don't open it yet. Only open it if something ever happens to me. Wink, wink.
I still can't figure out why she said wink, wink at me, but I'm sure I have it around here somewhere.
She
Aha!
winked at me. What's in the envelope?
Kyoko gave it to me. She said if something ever happened, I should open it.
Well, something has certainly happened, so open it.
Okay. I opened the envelope and looked inside. Inside was a single piece of paper.
Oh!
Under the sheets.
That's all that was in there?
Yeah. Looks like it.
I'm leaving now.
Good thing I faked this letter so I'd have an excuse to wallow around in Kyoko's bed. I mean, under the sheets, what could it be?
The spirit of boob lust lives on!
There's something on the table. It's a woodblock decoration.
What?
What's that? What purpose does it serve?
I think it's probably a key. What's up with Kyoko and all these weird keys?
Ultimate burglar!
The lockers at those really traditional public bathhouses use them for their lockers.
You don't say?
So, the next thing we're going to do after we look under the sheets, Billy,
Yeah? If we're gonna go look at the lockers.
we have to go figure out which locker to look in.
I can't imagine which one it's gonna be!
Probably not going to be the one that says 6 in the room that Kyoko was hanging around in for some reason. It must be the other one. Let's start our search there.
Surely it can't be the only one you can interact with.
Wait. No way.
I wouldn't know. I've never gone to a public bathhouse.
That doesn't really surprise me. It's hard to picture Byakuya doing something like that.
Certainly.
But if it is a key, I think I might know what it unlocks based on what you just said.
Oh yeah? Do you want to talk about lockers, Byakuya?
Unless I'm mistaken,
Uh-huh.
I'm pretty sure I saw something in the dojo that this might go to.
Oh, just like I said. The dojo? You mean the room with 6 lockers where Kyoko was hanging around? Anyway,
Time to get to the nitty gritty.
yeah, the bathroom. Okay,
It better not be gritty.
here's the bathroom. She might have certain articles hanging out to dry, so I'd better look inside when Byakuya is gone. So, could something really be hidden under the bedsheet?
It's a landmine!
Part of me didn't expect to find anything, but as I lifted up the sheets, I realized it must have been hard for her to sleep like this.
I think she just put it down under there.
Well, she hasn't been here in a while.
That's true.
This is a good way for her to make sure that Makoto would find it, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's this? I found a crumpled up piece of paper.
Oh.
Class 78 student registry. Yeah, that is way too small. Don't expect me to try and read that. I can see Jean. I can't read anything else.
Well, the rest of it does look like gibberish at the bottom.
No, it's Japanese.
I mean, like, it doesn't look like it's actually...
No, it does.
Really?
But I can't
Those
read
little
it.
Scribbles? I don't
Billy-
mean like above his thumb. I mean all the other stuff.
Billy, you're blind.
Not true. I have glasses.
Class 78 student registry. Mukuro Ikusaba.
The 16th student.
Don't start that again!
It appears to be Mukuro Ikusaba's profile.
Yeah, looks like it. That's probably the other thing Kyoko stole when she snuck into the headmaster's room along with the key.
God, you're so annoying. Fine, I'll tell you. It was a key, and that's it.
So it wasn't something that was in the secret room with all the documents. This
Maybe.
was the thing from the office.
Oh, that's true.
Well, unless he's wrong about that.
Right.
So. Anyway, this must be the that Monokuma was talking about. Kyoko said a death without meaning was unappealing. That's right. And this is what she left behind.
I don't have time for your sentimental indulgences. Hurry up and finish your search, you pervert.
Okay. I made an effort to pull myself together, then looked down at the profile sheet. This handwriting is terrible. The typeface is like font 4. Name, Mukuro Ikusaba. Sex, female. The ultimate soldier.
Aha!
So Kyoko is Mukuro Ikusaba.
Yeah, it would appear to be it. She certainly seems to fit the bill for ultimate soldier.
Although small for her age, she was a military specialist trained in every weapon type imaginable. I mean, that was one of the things that we just spewed out as being possible, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She showed an interest in the military from childhood and soon found herself completely absorbed in it. In elementary school, she won a survival game tournament and began writing for military magazines.
Jesus!
Just before entering middle school, while she and her family were on vacation in Europe, she disappeared. The story of a young Japanese girl being kidnapped quickly took over Japanese media outlets, and I kept trying to think of a way I could work in some sort of joke about Arsenal gear in there.
Yeah, I was trying to think of something too, don't worry.
But I missed it. An intense international investigation turned up no information, and she was never found. However, she reappeared in Japan 3 years later, alone and completely unannounced. She revealed that she had joined a mercenary group known as Fenrir for those 3 years, so hence we have the wolf tattoo.
Yeah.
So does that mean that... But why put the fake nails? Junko
On herself.
Junko can't be Kyoko.
And wearing Junko's boots to try and pin it on Monokuma. Make herself appear
Why couldn't it be...
Well, for one, they said she was small for her size, and Junko is very tall. At least that's how she looks. That's how her character model looks. You just always default to this.
5'6", 106 pounds. 5'7", 97 pounds.
Okay, so they're about the same size. All right. It's just the character model makes her look so tall. All right. So
well, the thing is if otherwise the body is Kyoko.
Right.
Which
right.
I mean
she's always wearing gloves, so
yeah, that's very true. But like, if she's trying to make it look like it's Junko so it can be pinned on Monokuma, that seems sort of weird, doesn't it?
Yeah, you're right, because that means they would be wrong and they would all be executed.
Yeah, that's why I've had an issue with that line of, like, the whole time from when you brought it up, because it's like, how would Monokuma not know? So what's up with Junko's shoes and Junko's nails?
Yeah.
She insisted that she hadn't been kidnapped, that she'd received battle training of her own volition. However, she never revealed why she decided to return home when she did.
Interesting.
The ultimate soldier. I guess the Foxhound thing was more accurate than...
And then she joined the Genome Project.
A mercenary group. Well, this doesn't feel real. The world I grew up in, it's like a completely different dimension. It's like one's non-fiction and the other is sci-fi. There's no way to even compare the two. That's how different this is. That was how I saw things as just an ordinary person, but then...
I never imagined I would hear the name Fenrir in a place like this.
Why, do go on, Mr. Togami. You recognize it? I'm surprised by this?
Right?
Naturally.
The Fenrir Mercenary Corps is a collection of battle-crazed warmongers. Of course I'm familiar with them.
You're a battle-crazed warmonger!
But they do have their uses, and they always get the job done. That's worth remembering.
This is all part of a world totally removed from the one I live in.
I have to say, I'm intrigued. Every rumor I've heard says that Fenrir has already...
Isn't something like this going on in the Trails of Cold Steel
That's what I was thinking. I was like, this sounds so familiar. Whoa! I feel like our hero is becoming a bit player, and a bit player is becoming our hero!
Yeah?
What have you got in your pretty little hand there?
Who's the hero and who's the bit player, huh?
Would you like to know?
Are you saying that Makoto is becoming the hero?
Maybe.
What?
Uh-oh. You found her profile?
So what if we did?
Don't freak out on me. I'm not gonna hold it against you or anything. Do you believe me? And in case you're wondering, I don't hold it against Kyoko either, even though she stole it and hid it.
And she violated school regulations too, huh?
After all, there's no rule against stealing, is there?
Not even the handbooks.
That's true. But who I can't forgive is Miss Ogami, who broke the rules and busted into the headmaster's room.
Well, she's the one who broke the rules.
Maybe I'll drag her corpse out here and slice it up and devour it. Bears are omnivorous, you know.
What?
Are rule violations really so unforgivable? You're quite adamant about those regulations of yours.
Okay, robot bears can't eat, and number two, we're discussing this, are you gonna follow the rules thing?
Yeah. Of course I am! A proper school life is built on the dedication to organization and order.
Yeah, you definitely strike me as somebody obsessed with order. Yeah.
Which is why even I, as the school headmaster, have to follow the regulations myself. If I break them, I'd have to execute myself. Oh, so you're saying you have to follow your own rules as well?
Of course!
Absolutely! I can't have you complaining about how unfair it all is now, can I? In fact, on the subject of fairness, would you like to know something interesting?
Very much. Interesting?
It's about the one writing all the rules. They're actually...
What are you gonna say?
one of the participants in this killing game. I don't think I ever actually told you how many participants there actually were, did I?
We had been kind of joking about how many people are here for quite some time.
Right? I was thinking, I should probably clarify that.
Please go on.
Hey,
When you all first got together in the main hallway back when, there were 15 people there, right?
Right.
I think that first meeting may have led to a little misunderstanding among you all.
We know there's a 16th student, but how many more after that? A misunderstanding? Are you saying...
in other words,
That's right, there weren't actually 15 of you.
What if there were like 12?
Oh,
We hadn't looked at going the other direction.
You're right.
Yes, indeed.
The total number of students taking part in this killing game was actually 16.
Oh.
Which isn't a revelation to us in any way.
Oh, that's it? We've known that for quite some time. Man, what weak sauce. Get out of here, dude. My God, 16!
Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school. The one they call the ultimate despair.
Look, you can't blame me if she starts it.
Watch out for her.
The 16th student, Mukuro Ikusaba, known as the ultimate despair.
Hidden somewhere in the school.
Watch out for her. My God, you mean even though we've been operating under the assumption that there was a 16th student for a long time and have been told about it, now we find out that, well, yes. So she exists, she's part of the school rules. The one making the regulations is a participant?
I wanted to make the rules.
That's the part that we need to be interested in. So that means that, similar to other things, that the mastermind is one of the participants?
Uh-huh.
And is directly participating?
Or maybe they're participating in a different function. They're still participating in the killing games, but they're supposed to do something else.
Both of those are possible.
Why? Did you say something? Why are you telling us this? Oh, well, because, like I told you, this killing game is desperately popular. You wouldn't believe the ratings.
That's BS.
And since we've got so many viewers now, I wanted to make sure everyone was on the same page.
That's just a cover for him to keep saying whatever it is he feels like. I just don't buy it at all.
I don't want to wake up to a hurricane of complaints and hate mail, you know.
Though I'm willing to bet that this is just part of the information that needs to come out.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be parsed out to us over time.
Yes, indeed.
Makes sense?
No.
Well, now.
Okay, that's all you get for now. Oh, actually, I do have some revenge to get, so I have an extra bonus for you.
Revenge?
I want to get back at that sneaky Miss Cutie Giddy, so I'm going to share a little secret with you.
Seriously?
Hey,
You know how she wears those stupid gloves day in, day out, all the time?
Yeah, and it is entirely possible she's hiding a tattoo on those hands.
Well, don't tell anyone I told you, but she wears them to cover a bunch of hideous scars that she doesn't want anyone to see.
Perhaps.
That could be a way to look at a tattoo.
Or perhaps she got rid of those scars? Or got rid of the tattoo?
Okay, yeah.
Like, kind of ripped it to pieces?
Or just had it removed. It's not a fun process, removing a tattoo.
But it's not going to leave a bunch of hideous scars.
That's true.
Huh. Also, isn't him saying that doesn't that mean that the body is not Kyoko? Isn't that what he just said?
Yeah, that's exactly what he said. Okay, now that's all you get.
All for the ratings, huh? You want us to advance through this. And why is it that he makes sure that Makoto is around when he says this stuff?
Uh-huh.
Who's the bit part? Who's the hero?
Right.
I'm more inclined to believe this is a scripted TV event about.
Damon has died. It's the only humane thing to do. Stab. Okay, unstab.
Does it work that way?
It does if I say so. You dang whippersnappers, stab is what I say it is.
I guess so?
In Pokemon, it's same type attack bonus.
Didn't I say that before?
I think you did.
This whole thing has all become very circular, so let's move on. Right, what I had said was I could believe that this is a scripted entertainment event where Makoto is the main character. On account of this actually being a scripted entertainment event where Makoto is the main character. It is called a video game. There is a script and Makoto is the main character.
Right.
I mean, I could believe something like that more than I could believe that it's a killing game broadcast on TV. Maybe I'm wrong, but I cannot buy it.
There's just a lot of stuff that would need to be addressed if that were the case.
Occam's razor seems to indicate that it's just more like crap that he's spewing out. Anyway.
For Gillette. Okay. I'm sorry.
Well, to be fair, I use the Schick Quattro. Just because...
I see!
Yeah, just because Quattro is the name of a Gundam character and I like Gundam. It's a good enough reason, right? Kyoko wears those gloves to cover up a bunch of scars? Wait, so on the back of her hand... the tattoo... Wait, but no. Monokuma specifically said they were scars, right? And that's why Kyoko wears those gloves to hide the scars? Which means... those fake nails on the corpse.
Are you thinking about Kyoko again?
In a manner of speaking.
What?
Forget about her. What matters right now is uncovering Monokuma's trap.
His trap.
Such ignorance.
God must have really hated you to make you so dull.
Is it that he is setting a trap? Or is it the opposite of that?
Don't you remember what Monokuma just told us?
He said there were 16 students, right? Which means Mukuro was a student here.
Obviously, Monokuma was trying to tell us that Mukuro is the one creating the rules to the game.
That is true.
But why would he tell us that? And why now?
He said he wanted to make things clear so there wouldn't be any complaints later.
But the mere fact that he said that proves that Mukuro is connected to this case.
Right?
That's why Monokuma revealed the existence of a 16th student.
That's pretty consistent with the way that Monokuma acts. Okay, sure, I'll buy that.
He needs to make our investigation fair.
He always helps us advance. No! Yes! Mukuro is related to the case!
Certainly possible.
Perhaps she's the one who killed Kyoko. We never would have possibly considered!
Or the other way around, even, but...
That would explain why we would have to have a class trial, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but you're wrong.
If she's a student, and she killed someone, that would make her part of the school killing game.
Ah, so this is the person that you're going to be focusing on is trying to ram this interpretation down our throats, okay?
Yeah.
Mukuro is the killer? I mean, that still could be possible. She killed Kyoko?
Anyone should be able to come to that conclusion, don't you think?
Ah, I just thought about something. I'll do that in a minute, though.
In fact, that's exactly what I thought when the investigation first began. But, based on what Monokuma just told us, I've changed my mind.
It's all clear now.
Mukuro Ikusaba isn't the culprit.
That makes more sense, yeah. What makes you say that?
We thought Mukuro, the ultimate despair, was the mastermind's true identity. But if that's true, Monokuma's behavior makes no sense. Why would the mastermind go out of their way to reveal themselves to us?
I guess looking at some of those distraction times... No, I guess not. I was just trying to come up with some evidence that Kyoko was Monokuma. That's a good point.
In other words,
Mukuro giving us information that would raise questions about her would be bold, to say the least. It makes more sense, then, to assume that Mukuro isn't the culprit.
So that's the trap. They want us to suspect Mukuro and come to the wrong conclusion.
That's what makes sense to me, so it must be correct.
The way you say it, it definitely does seem possible. But if that's really true, I have to go by what has already happened thus far. You've always been wrong. The conclusion you've argued for in the trials is always wrong. So therefore, you have to be wrong about this. So the killer really is Mukuro Ikusaba.
Ah, what? My brain!
If Mukuro isn't the killer, then who is? What if Monokuma is setting a trap to make us
To cover his tracks?
No. I'm dying again. What if it's Junko's body, and so the correct answer is Monokuma, and we have to vote for Monokuma, and that's Monokuma's idea?
Yeah.
Not that it's somebody else's idea that Monokuma is being entrapped, that Monokuma is entrapping everybody else by saying, you're not going to vote for me, are ya?
Gotcha. Well then, according to the music, I believe our work here is finished.
Oh, that makes sense.
Let's move on. I'm sure there are other places in need of investigation.
I should find out if that key and the dojo really are connected.
Go.
Well, are you coming? I'm not going to leave you in her room by yourself.
Dang it!
Hurry up and check the locker. That's what we're here for, after all.
That is what we, the Bittersweet Gamers, are here for. And unfortunately, I can't leave to go look at the other lockers. So let's look at locker number 6, the only one that can be interacted with.
The only one missing a key.
The one that's missing a key! There are wooden lockers here. They use woodblock keys, just like at those super traditional public bathhouses. Looks like the key we found in Kyoko's room really does go to one of these lockers.
I see.
Makoto, do you see the locker farthest to the right?
Don't patronize me. Just let me open the door.
Very strange.
That's the only one that doesn't have a key in it at the moment, plus its number matches the key. You put the key in, that unlocks the door.
Oh! I'll keep that in mind. So I take this woodblock key and ram it up your nose and light it on fire, right?
Well, just try it.
Gladly! No. Other than his general level of hostility, I don't have any complaints about Byakuya, so...
Right.
Anymore. I took out the woodblock key and inserted it into the locker's metal lock, and... the locker eagerly accepted the key, and it opened. There are arrows in here. Well, that makes sense. It's an archery range.
Yeah?
Looks like 10 arrows in total.
They look like they're made of titanium.
You can see that at a glance?
Which means they're quite strong, despite how thin they are.
Then again, for all I know, modern archery, like for sporting or whatever, does use titanium arrows, so...
most of the ones we sell at our my retail store is carbon.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense.
Of course. Without a bow, they're nothing but strong little sticks.
Right, because you want them to be as sturdy as possible so you don't have to keep buying new arrows and can just, like, they're
reuse
not
them.
going to break. Strong sticks.
Huh.
I guess you could poke through a body. You could shoot through a body. Anyway.
It'd be really hard to
Yeah.
stab someone with an arrow efficiently.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. Okay, now for the real thing that we're looking for.
But if you wanted to create wounds on a body that's already been killed...
So, in other words, it might not actually be Junko's body, and it really could be being set up to look like Junko?
I'm just saying, it's possible.
Well, now that we have this, I guess it is. Anyway, it's a wadded up ball of duct tape. What the hell is this?
It's duct tape with blood on it.
So it's a blood stain, and it is wadded up.
Probably used on the tarp to hold it in place for whatever it was used for.
Yeah, there we go.
See.
If it is, that means it must surely be related to the case.
This duct tape is related to the case somehow, and I'm surprised by
Because
that.
there's blood on it.
There's blood on it, so it should be pretty obvious that it's related somehow. What was it? What? How, though? If it doesn't have something to do with the tarp, I don't know. Okay, well, that is all the bounty, the sumptuous bounty, that this beautiful locker has to offer at this time. We shall come back later to see what new mysteries it holds. But for now... What? Is there a problem?
Very strange.
It's very odd, don't you think? The locker was hiding items that were clearly related to the case. But how did the key to the locker wind up in the victim's room? Even though this points to the fact that she couldn't possibly be the victim, I'm still going to ram my opinion down everyone's throat with the hammer.
Not only that, who did Kyoko give the key to her room to?
Byakuya,
Who did Kyoko give the envelope to?
Makoto,
Now, what was on the envelope?
under the sheets.
So, when she gave Makoto that... Wait, when did she give Byakuya the key? I'm just saying, did she know she was sending Byakuya and Makoto to her room?
Possibly. Maybe she predicted that he would demand the key as a sign of good faith.
Well, and then she... then she just turned it into him.
Or maybe she had planned to
It's like, was that
give
after or
Makoto the key later.
No. Was that after or before? We just need to remember when that was. This isn't something we speculate
gave
about.
the
It
envelope
happened
before.
in
She gave
real
the
time.
envelope before.
It was before?
Yes.
Okay, well that means that when she handed it to Byakuya, that she knew that it would be the two of them that would see it.
Yeah.
I just think there is something to that.
Line.
Or perhaps.
Byakuya?
Forget it. Come on, we need to continue on to the next location. What?
Next location. Well, it's true that we don't really have anything we can go on, so we need to come to the next location.
There's still something we need to look into. We need to do more research on Fenrir. To the
Yes!
library!
Finally! We get to go and read up on stuff like this! That is awesome, and we'll have to do it next time. I know we didn't make too much progress this time around, guys, but, like I said that one time, we do have to juggle our real-life commitments, so... Nah.